Hi guys, welcome back to Momina's Mixed Plate. And voila! Do I need to introduce this guy? Anybody living in Pakistan? Like, I don't think I need to introduce him. But I think I still will. I think he's one of the finest voices to come out of Pakistan in the last 10 years.
Thank you.
He just was mentioned in Forbes for 30 under 30, like people to watch out for in Pakistan. I think his voice is incredible. The work that he's been doing, he's been producing music since he was 11 years old, and I'm really excited to get to know him more. Like, I've interviewed him for like some other platforms before, but like this is the first time he's coming on MMP.
Yep.
Stay tuned till the end of the video because he's going to be reimagining some of pop culture's most incredible songs, and I think the most iconic songs of this generation. And before further ado, let's welcome on Abdullah Siddiqui. Before he comes on, he is already on. You guys don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can be part of the Momina's Mixed Play family. And let's get started.
Yeah.
So firstly, we'll get to like the Forbes part in a bit.
Yeah.
What I want to ask you first is you started producing music at the age of 11.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first song you produced?
I think it was a song called Don't Give Up.
Don't Give Up.
Yes.
Do you remember it? Can you sing?
I don't remember it at all, but I do remember that it was really sort of saying some very aspirational things that an 11-year-old does not and should not relate to.
I think even at 20, I don't think there's a lot of things that I didn't relate to at 20 that you are. Tell me a little bit about your process. Like, are there any routines that you follow? Is there any kind of rituals that you have when you're creating music?
I used to not have any sort of process, but the last album I put out, I sort of developed a process that I've been working on ever since, which is whenever there's a moment where I'm feeling something really strong and I feel like it needs to be a song, I'll just sort of go in and start writing down all of my thoughts with no poeticism or any kind of lyrical qualities. It's just word vomit, just everything I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And then I'll start picking out interesting phrases and words and start making them rhyme a bit, and that's how I'll develop all of that. But sometimes I just start with sound, because I do think that I think best in sound, and I think best in terms of the textures of sound and how that kind of feels to me. So it changes every time, but that is sort of the general.
Okay, and one thing that you mentioned was that your family is very artistic.
Yeah.
And now artistic can mean multiple different things.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit about your family? Because I don't think you've spoken much about your family before.
Yeah. I'm one of 4 siblings. My dad is a cardiologist. My mother is a homemaker. But sort of art has kind of always been a prevalent thing in my family. Like, my father used to be a photographer. He loved playing guitar. He was sort of like a Renaissance man in terms of how he explored different artistic things. And then
that's really interesting for a cardiologist to also be
and that's where his he really enjoyed a lot of artistic pursuits. My mother used to paint, used to sculpt. My sisters, both of my sisters, were professional artists for the longest time, and so I just sort of grew up exposed to a lot of different kinds of art.
Okay, Acha, so now let's come to the main event, which was the Forbes 30 under 30. So it's a huge achievement on its own. Where were you when you found out?
Funny story.
I was really curious. I was when these moments happen, some people are we were in the loo, or we were in the gym and we got a call and what was your big story?
Somebody had reached out and said that they had wanted to nominate me for it several months ago, and I was like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever, it's not gonna happen. They have you fill out a form, fill out a questionnaire, give them some information about yourself, and I did all that, but I really didn't think it was gonna happen. And then one day I did that horrible thing that I think a lot of us do, which is that I just sort of Googled myself, kind of intermittently people Google
I Google myself all the time.
If anybody in showbiz says that they don't Google themselves, they're lying.
They're lying.
I Googled myself and I saw a page that was on Forbes.com that said my name, but what was weird was it wasn't a public page. It was a page that was there by accident.
Oh.
And so I saw it, and it was basically a developer test version of the list. And I saw myself on there, and I was like, okay, I'm on here. but also it's a secret because they haven't announced it yet.
Yeah.
So like another like 4 days, I knew, but I couldn't tell anybody. And I was just kind of living alone with the excitement. Then finally, like when they announced it, it was just like a really amazing response because like, you know, everybody was like super kind about it, you know.
No,
like,
it was wonderful. I think we were all rooting for it. I think when it came out, like I think I even was like, woo! Okay, so before we get to the final question that I'm going to ask you, we're going to do our segment, which we're going to call Abdullah Siddiqui in it. So, would you like to Abdullah Siddiqui a few of the songs?
Sure.
They're some of my favorite songs.
Sure.
And there's some that are really, really popular. Actually, they're all very popular. There are 4 songs and 4 different artists.
All right.
Number 1, Love Story by Taylor Swift.
All right. How would I reimagine Love Story? It's already such a perfect song. How do you reimagine Love Story? Romeo, take me somewhere we could be alone. I'll be waiting. All that's left to do is run. You'll be the prince and I'll be the princess. It's a love story. Baby, just say yes.
Nice. The next song is actually like right now topping the charts like across the globe, and I think I've had the song on repeat, and then a remix of this song came out and then it became even bigger. It's Save Your Tears by Weeknd and Ariana Grande.
I haven't heard it.
What? You haven't heard Save Your Tears?
I'm sorry, I haven't.
Okay, then I'm gonna ask you to like later, like in the final one. Okay, next one is Lady Gaga, and I hope you have heard this song because I think you were probably 10 years old when this was this came out. But Born This Way.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, iconic.
Yeah, let's do this.
My mama told me when I was young, we're all born superstars. She rolled my hair and put my lipstick on in the glass of her boudoir. There's nothing wrong with loving who you are, she said, 'cause you made you perfect, babe. So hold your head up, girl, and you'll go far. Listen to me when I say I'm beautiful in my way, 'cause God makes no mistakes. I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way. Don't love yourself and regret, just love yourself and you say I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way. Yeah, we should never collaborate on any kind of music. Okay, I'm hoping that you know the last song. Okay. Because it's Miley Cyrus, and you mentioned Miley Cyrus as being one of your... I love Miley Cyrus, yeah. You love Miley Cyrus? I do. Okay, there we go. Miley Cyrus. Party in the USA. Ooh. Let's reimagine that. So I put my hands up to play my song. The butterflies fly away. Not in my head like yeah. Moving my hips like yeah. I got my hands up to play my song. I know it's gonna be okay. Yeah. It's a party in the USA. Yeah. It's a party in the USA. Okay, Abdullah, now that you don't know Justin Bieber and you don't know The Weeknd, I don't know what world you live in. I really do not. It's a lot of like avant-garde music. Yeah, I know. That's why I wanted to take you like mainstream, like a little bit. Get me out of my head. Yeah. Okay. So the next song that I want you to do is actually another one of my personal favorites these days. Is Levitating by Dua Lipa. I do know that one, and I love that album. If you wanna run away with me, I know a galaxy and I can take you for a ride. I had a premonition that we fell into a rhythm where the music don't stop for life. Glitter in the sky, glitter in my eyes, shining just the way I like. If you're feeling like you need a little bit of company, you met me at the perfect time. You want me, I want you, baby. My sugar blue, I'm levitating. The Milky Way, we're renegading. Yeah. I got you, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. Okay, before we sign off, thank you so much for doing this and actually allowing me to, have a lot of fun with you. But what's next for you? What are you working on? Anything that we should know about? I am working on my next album. I'm actually working on two more albums for the rest of this year. Brilliant. And then I'm also doing one really insane commercial gig that I'm not allowed to talk about
Okay.
yet, but it's going to be
Brilliant.
cool.
Wishing you all the best.
Thank you.
I hope you guys enjoyed the segment. Like, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and let me know in the comments below what you thought. If you have any questions for Abdullah, let me know, and I'll try and get him to answer a few of them for you. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.
See you guys.